let's solve this problem, which is problem number 1544. Make the grid string, make the string grid in Leetcode. Okay, let's discuss this problem first, and then we'll come to solution. Okay, so as per the question, so given a string s of lower and uppercase English character, if the two adjacent characters are same and one character is small case and the other character is capital case, then we need to remove those characters from the string, and at the end we need to return the string. For example, suppose this is an example: Leetcode L, then small e, then capital E. Now this small e and the next character, that is capital E, so we need to remove this character, right? So if we remove this character small e and then capital E, then we need to loop through the strings again, and we need to find out if there are any such occurrence where we have the similar situation, and if it present, then we need to remove those characters as well, right? Okay, uh, okay, now let's come to the discussion, right? So now suppose the character is now these two characters are adjacent, and one is small case and another is capital case, so we need to remove those things. How can we solve this? So one way, we can loop through this entire string, take one by one characters, and then check with the adjacent character if that is matching our requirement. If it match, then we will remove those things. For example, loop first, we loop check this character 1, right? So we don't have this character now, L, right? First this character L, we will check this character with the next adjacent character, that is E. So these two are characters are not same, right? So that this doesn't match the criteria, we don't need to remove anything, right? Okay, now comes the second character, second index, this one index, right? The character is E. What is the next character? That is capital E, right? These two are same, right? And one is small case, another is capital case, right? So then we need to remove those things, need to remove those character, and then loop through this again. Now what the character, now the what the string is L, E, then E, then T, C, O, D, E, right? This is the character string. Now we'll loop through this. Now again we'll check this character, and what is the next character? These two are same, but these are not, one is small case and another is not in capital case, both are small case, then we don't need to remove those characters. Look through this next element, small e, then for small e the next element is T, and that doesn't match, right? Come to the next character T, right? We'll compare these things, next string, next character, this doesn't match, and we'll look through this again, right? And we don't need to, we don't have any such occurrence again, and we don't need to remove any character. So what we can do, one approach to solve this problem is we can loop through this string and check for each character the next character, and then remove those things, right? So how can I optimize those things, right? So suppose if we are using some stack, right? Suppose we are using some stack, and so whenever we look through this array, so let me clear these things. Okay, now suppose we have a stack, right? Now we'll loop through this entire string, take one character, we'll check if the next character is doesn't is the same or not, right? If we don't need to remove that or not, and store all the values in a stack, right? So and at the end we'll just merge this stack, right? Concurrent the stack values and return the string. For example, then first comes the Leetcode L for the next character doesn't match, then store the value L to the stack, right? Next comes the E. So so for E, we'll check what is the next character. If it is matches, right, then we need to remove, we don't need to store those values. Same, we need to check. For example, suppose the first character was capital E, then small, okay, let's take another example. For example, L, small e, then capital E, then capital L, right? In that case, if we just compare the next element, right, then that would not solve the problem. How? For example, suppose for the first element we have L. Now comes the next element, right? So for the next element small e, the next character is capital E. Then we don't need to store those values to stack, right? Fine. But next comes the capital L. We don't have any the next character, but we have some character behind, right? That also should not be the string. So if we don't remove that character also, then the string becomes small n then capital L, right? And that is not a valid string, correct? So we'll store those value in the stack, right? We'll check for each element, we'll check the next element, or if the top element of the stack is same or not. If it is same, then suppose if the top element of the stack is same, then remove the value from the stack, right? And at the end, whatever values we have in the stack, return those values, correct? So that would solve the problem. Now comes to the solution. Suppose we have this stack value. Stack is maybe some array. Valid state stack equal to empty stack. Correct. Now we need to loop through this entire string s and we need to check for every character. Let's loop through a for loop. Let I equal to 0, I less than length, then I plus plus. Right now, for each character, we need to check if the next character or the top of the stack value is same or not. Right? Let's just write a function to check that thing. Char 1 and char 2. Correct. Now, the condition should be, so if the two characters are, for example, small e and small e, then we should not remove these things, right? But if the characters are small e and capital E, then we need to remove those things. These two are same, right? Also, if the two characters is first character is like e and the second character is like small e, then also we need to remove this, correct? So how can you check that? It could be either char 1 not equal to char 2, like if we are checking not equal to, then we are not checking the value and the type is not same, and char 1 dot 2 lowercase equal to char 2 or char 1 equal to char 2 dot lowercase, right? If it match, then we'll remove true, return true. If it doesn't match, then return false, right? Char 1 not equal to char 2, char 1 dot lowercase not 1, char 1 dot 2 lowercase. If it is matches, then return 1. Okay. Now, if so, we need to check this character for every character, right? If it is present in the stack or not, right? So how can you do that? If state and then I check is same char, right? Is of string, this character and that string, and the second is, let's compare this to the top of the stack. Valid stack. How can you check? The index should be valid stack dot length minus 1, right? Now we need to check one more thing. For example, we are checking the top element, but if the stack is empty, then we should not, this thing will throw an error, right? Then we need to add the validation key if the stack is not empty, right? If valid stack dot length and is same character, if it is matches, okay, if it is there, then we will remove the character from the stack. If not, we will push the character to stack. If it is matches, then valid stack dot pop, right? Else valid stack dot push to this is of I, and that at the end will return the stack, return the value, return the string that is present, continue this valid stack, return valid stack dot join empty. If we don't put this empty string, then it will join, but it will add some comma there, right? Let's run this. Valid stack oh sorry, this should be valid empty stack. So the three scenario that the test values it is working, second case is also working, third case is also working. Let's submit the code. Yes, it is accepted, and this is pretty good solution, right? Okay, thank you.